it's the pitch competition. We have the jury here. I see all the nervous startups there. They are now the heavyweights when compared to yesterday. So this bit of our program is handled and moderated by Cristobal. He comes originally from Spain, has lived in 14 different countries in Europe, and is today the global CEO of TransferWise, guys. Give him a big applause. The stage is yours, man.
Thank you. Well, they call me the capo. That's the hat of the mafia. But anyway, honoring our sponsors, let's call this the TransferWise competition, okay, as they are going to pay for the prize. So anyway, welcome everybody. See the stage. Remember, companies with less than 5,000 monthly recurring revenues and or less than 500,000, 100,000 investments. 4 countries represented we're going to do. But let's first give a round of applause and recognition to the jury. First, start with Christian there. Christian from Karma. We haven't practiced the waving. We're getting there. You know, KP. Hey, I got you there. KP ready from Combine. Thank you. Lars Trunin, TransferWise. And Jakob from Superhero Capital. And if you see a tall German guy named Christian Talerswolski, just tell him that he should be in that chair also. He will come at some point. Okay, so where are we judging? What are we winning here? First of all, actually, one special prize. The Fukuoka city, which they told me is like the startup of Japan, is actually the place they want to get companies from Europe to discover how Japan works, how to actually stay there. Is given a special prize. Flight back and forth, hopefully, to all the startups, and a startup visa, which gives them 6 months, living allowance, and many discounts to do it. So they will choose whom they think can benefit the most from these startups to discover the Japanese and the Asian markets. Everybody has been actually given already as finalists a special training with the TransferWise guys. We spent Wednesday together in different sessions and mentoring, and also a special package, 3,000 euros from SendGrid. So thank you for that. But now, where are they going to win? 10,000 euros, equity-free, TransferWise. Thank you for that. 14 days in the United States, Silicon Valley, by basically a enterprise, Estonia, Silicon Valley. 2,000 euros for Christian, the tall German guy, has arrived. Thank you for coming, Christian. It's good to have you here. No shit on this one. And, you know, we're saying 2,000 euros from Hetman, the law firm on legal services. And actually, you might not know, but on Monday and Tuesday, we are taking 40 companies from Central Eastern Europe and Baltics to present in front of 30 VCs. For the first time, we're getting the whole region together. We call it the CE All-Stars. So the winner today will come with us to Warsaw Monday and Tuesday. So without much delay, let's actually start looking at the status, which is much more fun, but worth looking than me. Sorry for that, guys. So first and foremost, 3dc.io.
Hi, my name is Christian, and I have a fear. A fear that children of tomorrow are doing nothing more than look at their smartphones and consume content. We are making them content creators instead. We have made the easiest 3D design app for mobile platforms, so that children could make their own 3D designs from game development, animations, 3D printing, and also virtual reality. If you want to find us, just look for 3D modeling on iOS or Android, as we are #1 in most countries. We have been the market leader for 2 years now, and we have seen some interesting things in our data. We see that more and more schools are downloading our app. We traced back 100,000 downloads directly to schools. So we took a closer look. Last year, US schools bought more than 12 million e-learning devices and didn't know what to do with them. They know 3D is awesome, they want to teach it, but don't know how. So together with Encinitas School District in San Diego, we are developing the first ever 3D design curriculum for elementary schools. We already have over 10 pilot customers. So we were already the easiest 3D design app for mobile platforms. Now we're doing the lesson plans so that teachers would know what, how, and why should they teach to deliver the value, a value the schools understand and are willing to pay for. We have discussed the price point of $5 per month per device with the schools we already have. For reference, Encinitas has over 5,400 iPads. Our team is a bunch of ex-hackers and designers with a background in 3D printing. But what makes us a team is the belief that every child has a story to tell, and we are here to enable them. We're currently doing our seed round of 1.5 million and are happy to talk with investors with a background in edtech and virtual reality. So, let's help children build a better tomorrow. This was 3dc.io, and I thank you.
Two questions from the jury. We need the microphone.
So who do you consider your main customer? Is it the school, is it the teacher, or is it the child, or is it their parent?
It's a school. Currently, they're spending about $3 billion on educational apps, the schools. But it's rising like 20% because if you buy expensive hardware, you need content for that. You can't just leave it around hanging. That applies to 3D printers as well.
What keeps someone like Autodesk from just creating the same thing?
They created the same thing, and we beat them. Yeah, they discontinued their 3D design app as it had about 2 magnitudes less users than us. Like 1 to 3D design, if you can Google that.
Okay. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Next on a stage, a name that you can never realize what are they doing in life, right? Festivality, SaaS platform for festivals. Oh, surprise.
All right. Hi. This is live event 10 years ago. This is now. 3 billion smartphones are changing fans' habits and expectations at live events. And the digitizing event industry is disrupted mostly by mobile-first strategies. My name is Ivar. We are Festivality, and we are platform SaaS bringing festivals and events to mobile. We solve 3 key problems for events, helping event-goers get more out of events, better user experience. For organizers, real-time intelligent data about events and fans, and new revenues through mobile. From the first year of product building, we already worked with 8 top European event groups, from music festivals to tech to sports. We have 100K in revenues and a healthy pipeline. The company is run and founded by a lean, experienced team. I'm the live events industry expert from 20+ years in the Nordic-Baltic region. My co-founder is a tech and data expert from Silicon Valley companies like Giant to NASA. So on a high level, we help event organizers build more intelligent event apps fast and affordably that deliver value both for the fans, attendees, and the commercial ecosystem around the events. Sponsors, vendors, merchants, etc. For that, we have built Event Apps Builder, multi-layered tech platform. It starts with Events App Builder, and we give also automatically monetization platform for the organizers to help going mobile, turn that from cost center to revenue center. We give access to actionable data analytics together with machine learning tools, and that will get us to a more efficient and personalized mobile commerce with one-tap and payments. We have launched this into a large growing digitizing market of 15 million consumer events in many verticals, while a marginal percentage has adopted mobile yet. Our business model today is B2B2C, and we make most of our money from SaaS and transaction fees on m-commerce. What's great about this platform is that while helping events to mobile, which is a low-hanging fruit, we also capture, with the smart devices and apps, a lot of rich data about fans. And from these 8 first events, we have already captured 15,000 unique profiles with great metrics. And because of that, there's no easy access to live event data by promoters, artists, and brands. We are also automatically building out a most robust behavioral database of live event fans. And what's great about that, while our SaaS products grow steadily month on month, from data product, we can earn multiple scalable revenues. And to accelerate that growth, we are now raising 250K seed to hire new talent, scale up our SaaS, and grow our database product to MVP. And our next stop is going to be Techstars Music Los Angeles, where we are soft committed for the January batch starting next year. Thank you.
What's your sales model? How do you access the organizers of events? Because there are many apps out there for events, and going for them one by one is really kind of not scalable.
So we have launched basically two SaaS products at the moment, depending on event size, and there are many verticals. We have started out the music festivals and tech, but there are film festivals, sports, participatory sports, spectator sports, and we do currently both outbound and inbound mixed, but we plan to launch from the same existing core technology and API also fully self-serve product with what is meant for smaller events, and we don't involve there too much because it's fully self-serve web-based.
So if I'm one of your people who goes on those events and your product seems to rely on the data that you get from those people, why should I download your app in my phone?
Because most of the events do their own customized apps, and if you want to access data about events, about the schedules, real-time schedules, maps, profiles, anything what is event-specific, you're downloading the event app, like you have downloaded the Latitude app probably, if you want to do, for example, networking here. So, but events are very different, and all of them have reasons to put out the mobile products for users to make orientation, navigation, mobile commerce at events easier.
So there was a very well-funded startup called Y-Plan in a very similar, model in that industry, and they apparently failed to crack it. So with a lot of money, and why would you think you can do that?
Because Y-Plan is a discovery app. It's a very different model from us. We are building mobile products for events, and they were basically a sales and marketing channel for events and a discovery app for users. So it's a little bit different model from us. We are SaaS for events.
Thank you, Festivality.
Thank you.
So clearly, we want to disrupt funding markets from the Baltics. We actually, you've seen a stage before, we are disrupting with Funder being the startup funding model. We will hear afterwards how we disrupt the peer-to-peer model. But now let's hear how we're going to actually disrupt how universities funding is going to be in the future. Funderful.
We're Funderful, alumni fundraising done right. It's almost sad, but schools still fundraise like it's 1985, calling alumni for money. But more than ever, they depend on alumni donations, especially in the US where donating is a huge industry. But universities every year spend 4.9 billion just on phone banks, just on calling alumni. That is our market. And 3 months back, Stanford, known as the best fundraiser worldwide, they promised to never call their alumni ever again. They shut down their phone bank because of so many complaints they were getting from their alumni. And now others are following. They're shifting their budgets to digital right now, and they need a replacement. And Funderful brings a better way to incentivize alumni giving. We already have some big names as customers, like Berkeley, Oxford, and Cambridge. We're making good revenue, and we're growing fast. And here's why. With Funderful, it costs 4 times less than running a phone bank, than calling their alumni. But it's not just about the cost. We bring in more revenue as well. For example, we're working with Rhodes Scholars.
We tripled their funds raised. They raised 400,000 with Funderful. And guess what? They shut down their phone bank because of us. So how do we do it? We gamify giving. We use infographics to spark friendly rivalries. We provide fun online auctions and social media challenges. And then we learn everything that can be learned about the alumni, about the graduate, and we use that to target them with triggers that will make them donate. Our team has 30 years of fundraising experience, and here's why we are so passionate about what we are doing. We started as fundraisers ourselves, and we took our school, Stockholm School of Economics in Riga, from no culture of giving to beating Stanford at per capita donations. And now, we are on track to launch the first campaign with Stanford on August 1st. Also, 2 weeks back, we graduated 500 startups, and we are about to close our seed round. So if you care about what we are doing, or if you care about your school getting funding for scholarships, come talk to me.
Thank you. So schools still fundraise as if it's the 80s, so that's really old technology. So what else do you think you could do in the future when you bring this new technology, your solution, into these schools? What else than just fundraising? Any ideas?
Oh, that's a perfect question, and that touches upon what is our vision, why we are actually doing this, why we're passionate about what we're doing. And that touches on where is the education market going by itself. And I see that in our team, we believe that the biggest value in education is the community. It's the community that stays with you for the rest of your life. But right now, universities are barely scratching the surface of what is the value of what they can get out of it. So fundraising, getting funding for scholarships is just the first layer that we are targeting. Then the next comes getting alumni to invest time in recruiting students, invest time in mentoring students, mentoring young alumni, invest time in networking with each other, and thereby, when they have invested time, they'll be more prone to invest more money, and the circle continues. So that's where we see that it can actually uplift and bring the university, outdated university's education model actually into the 21st century with the force of the alumni community. That is our vision eventually. But we're starting with fundraising.
You mentioned gamify. Can you give me a specific example of what a gamification use case would look like?
Great question. We have figured out that it is not the rational reasons that are most powerful when it comes to making someone to give. The rational reasons that where will the money go to, how will it impact the student, it's important, but it is not enough. It's the emotional part that is important. And there we use gamification to trigger the emotions within a community, which is nostalgia, for your memories of your studies. Then there's rivalries between classes, between schools, between a school and another nemesis rival school, or between countries of origin, and so on. So that's, for example, how Rhodes Scholars, they have classes as well as countries of origin, where they compete in real time with live infographics, and their volunteers cheer out to their fellow alumni within those classes and countries. And that's how they push themselves forward. Be better than themselves the last year, be better and beat the others that they had sports match while they were studying. So that's what I mean by gamification, and I can go on with other examples.
Let's not do that. Thank you.
Thanks.
So the gentleman who is going to be presented right now told me that he's totally relaxed because yesterday he has closed half of the money of the next round, but between yesterday and today he almost finished the full round. So he's only here to enjoy the ride. So with all of you, Nowescape, all yours.
Thanks. Okay, this is a bit challenging because most of you don't know the industry I'm going to talk about. The industry is reality games. There's many different formats and they come and go. But one thing or two things in common they have is they happen in physical space and they need advanced booking. Now, I'm particularly focusing right now on escape rooms because this is what's happening right now. This is what's popular right now. And there's one figure I want you to remember. There's 2.3 escape rooms per operator. One operator runs 2.3 escape rooms. Let's look at London. There's 50 operators. Each of them needs a booking system, newsletter, marketing, and so on. And their customers, they need an easy booking system, or easy booking way, easy booking experience, which doesn't involve opening 20 tabs at the same time. So here it is. We've built a web platform, which is similar to Booking.com, which allows businesses to increase their sales and customers to enjoy an easy booking experience. Now, it's been the business model is same as Booking.com. We charge commission from the businesses, and customers enjoy the same prices as they would have booking directly with the escape rooms. Now, it's been running for 7 months in Estonia. It's live. You can check it. This is our traction in Estonia, and we've got over break-even on month 6. And although we plan to have 20% market share in Estonia next year, Estonia is too tiny. It's really small. We have global aspirations. So most of this money lies in US. But let's be honest, we're too small for US right now. Therefore, we want to make an intermediate step and repeat our successes in London. Our biggest competitor is TripAdvisor. However, we believe we can beat them because for them it's a niche market. It's too small. They would rather sell tickets to Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty. And our most important competitive advantage is being first to market. That's why it's so important to act now. And good news, London has no competition. US has no competition. Our team is ready. Well, this is not, I guess, fingers crossed, this is not actual anymore. We're ready, we've built the platform, we've proven the business model works, we've proven that we can do it, and looks like we have the money to do it. So, see you in London, I don't know. Thanks.
How do you determine whether escape rooms are here to stay for the long period or whether they're just the short-term fads?
Yeah, I've got no idea, to be honest. I'm talking about what's happening right now. Right now, they're popular. In the US, they're still gaining popularity. In Asia, it's past the peak. But what we see is there are new trends arriving. For example, virtual reality rooms. People usually think virtual reality is something they put goggles, sit at home. But actually, you could watch a movie on your laptop. People still go to movie theaters. So there's virtual reality rooms with the sensors and so on. And they're popping up right now. So maybe the next trend will be virtual reality. We already have virtual reality on our platform. So it's the same idea, the same platform. Nothing is changing. So we can sell them. So I've got the formats, they're changing, they're mutating. The platform stays the same.
So what did you do before you started this company?
How long before?
Most recently.
Most recent job, I was a CMO for a biggest retail broker in Baltics, and number 2 in Germany, called Admiral Markets.
So why did you decide to then start this company? What was the main driver behind that decision?
I want to do something my own. That's it? Clear. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so midway through, how is the energy level? Man, this is what I call in the Baltics, highly engaged. Thank you, guys. Anyway, so after actually escaping, let's go into educating, which I think is actually a good transition. So with all of you, Tebo.
Hi, I'm Tonis, the founder of Tebo, and we built a marketplace for education content. So we have already signed up 50% of the teachers in Estonia. That's 7,000 teachers, a few thousand in Latin America as well. And here's what we have learned. Teachers are extremely time-pressed. They only have 7 hours per week to prepare 20 lessons. Imagine if you had 20 presentations next week. And they need to prepare content for that, like videos, slides, quizzes, worksheets. That's a lot of content with a very little time. So we have built a marketplace where they can share this content. Some teachers are really good at creating content. They can upload what they have and generate income with that. Most teachers, time-pressed, can find what's available and use that to make the classes better. It's a huge market. All the teachers in the world need content for their classes. And e-learning is growing rapidly. Now, 1/3 of US schools are providing tablets in the classroom. This is going to double in the next 4 years. The competition is providing files that you can download, like slides and documents for reading. However, Tebo is built with software that means interactive content that students can solve in their smart devices, get real-time feedback on their progress, and teachers get the learning analytics of the whole class and each individual student. We have a team that really wants to change education, and this team has all the key skills covered, and it has already achieved the following. We can sign up teachers, we can accumulate content, and we can generate revenue. Now, we offer teachers 30 items for free, and then they subscribe for €9 a month, which is often paid by the schools. We're in an interesting phase. We have proven the model in Estonia, and before scaling this up with VC money, we need to do the next phase of validating this model in one next market. The next market for us is UK and US. It's a language market, not a geography specific. And we're raising 300K to do that. Already have commitments. And if you have kids that are going to school, if you think education should be better, more engaging, then maybe you would like to join in. This is my email. Drop me a line and let's talk. Thank you.
So the US market is tough because of public schools and lack of budgets. How do you plan on going after the US market?
So we're going to target teachers directly. They're easily targetable. For example, in Estonia, we signed up teachers, most of the teachers, with email marketing. They're also easy to target with Facebook ads, for example, because of their profession. That includes the phrase teacher. Their employer includes the phrase school. So they're easy to target. We provide them with free value and sign them up. And most teachers that are using these competitors today are paying out of their own pocket, because they're spending time in their evenings and weekends when they're preparing for classes. So with a little bit of money, they can free up their personal time. So that's a faster way to monetize from the teachers themselves.
So a lot of the content that teachers often use is protected under intellectual property rights. So how do you overcome this challenge?
So what is the challenge exactly?
So specifically, if I'm a history teacher, and oftentimes I use photos or I use text from a history book that is under the intellectual property rights of the author of the history book.
Right.
So how do you overcome this challenge?
Okay, we require the teachers to be the sole creator of this content. They can, and they can use Creative Commons license resources for their own slides, etc. We do not publish seemingly textbook pages taken photos of, for example. We do not publish that.
And a follow-up on that, how do you make sure that teachers actually don't do this, and whether they are aware what kind of content is under which license?
So the community itself evaluates the content and gives feedback for the other teachers. So we delegate this to the community. As you're rating Uber drivers and Airbnb apartments, also teachers are rating each other's content. Thank you.
So another proven example that the e-Estonian actually works, and a refreshing thing to have a woman on a stage from Ukraine, but as a registered Estonian company, TriggMine.
So, have you ever heard about email marketing automation services? Yeah, well, probably you have. So now imagine that you work for a small or middle-sized e-commerce, and you want to get this automation for your website. So you will start from uploading customers' lists. Then you need to create some segments in order to send more personalized emails to your customers. If you've done this before, you know it's not the easiest thing to do. But you're not even close, because you don't know anything about email marketing, probably, because you are the only marketing person there, and you need to search for benchmarks. You spend about a week doing that. You are already tired, but you're even not close, because you still need to do the designs, the text, and you really have no time for that, no budget, and a lack of human resources in your company. So after doing all of that stuff manually, do you feel like you are getting the real automation? I don't think so. And at TriggMine, we thought like, screw this automation, and created like a new layer of email marketing where you already have these designs, text, all these made for you. But the best thing that you will have a predictive analytics engine that will show you the best email campaigns to send, the best frequency of sending, and the optimal number of emails. Now you may think like, okay, this sounds cool, but the email marketing market is overcrowded, right? I am hearing your thoughts. Yeah, you're right if we talk about newsletters. This market is overcrowded, but this is the market of email automation for SMBs. Yeah, it looks very small, and only TriggMine here will give you this automation in 15 minutes instead of 2 weeks. So sounds pretty good, yeah? And we know the market. There is 1.2 million of e-commerce customers in the US, and currently only 15% of them is using automation for a website. So we are about to grab the rest, 85%. We have currently the scalable acquisition channels for doing that. We've created an honest free trial for customers when you are not obliged to pay anything until you hit your first milestone in sales. And now currently we have 1,000 users already on board. By saying we, I mean these cute guys from our team. We have 7 years of experience in email marketing, and we know the tricks of the trade on this market. So now, after hearing all of these words, yeah, that I was saying, do you feel that you will get the real automation with TriggMine? I really hope so. So thanks for watching, and let's talk.
Thanks, great pitch. So automation for you, that if I understand correctly, it means that I can push the one button and then it runs by itself.
Yeah, that's right.
No design, no need to do anything.
You know, we thought that you don't get the real automation if you need to do all this work manually. Because automation for me is when you click something and it works. And when you need to customize it, set something for weeks, it's not the automation. Yeah, this shit. Sorry.
So you're looking for funding, and how much, and what do you want to do with it?
Okay. Yeah, we're looking for funding. Currently, we have the scalable acquisition channels, and we need 500Ks for marketing. We are planning to reach 1,000 paying customers till the end of the year. So we have the channels, we know what to do with the money, we just need the funding to get the customers. Okay? Yeah? Oh, one more question, okay.
How do you know that your customers actually want your product?
Oh, we know that for sure. You know, we've made some tests. We were testing different advertisings with different headlines saying like email automation for your business. And we had customers coming for these ads. And we already have 100 active users on the pre-revenue stage. And just today I've got an update from my sales team, and we already have 20 paying customers today. So I would open champagne, but I don't think that we're allowed to drink in here. So. Yeah, so the market is ready. Email automation and email is the cheapest and the most popular channel on the market. And I don't know any e-commerce store that is not using it. So the market is ready. We just need to push them a little bit.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Actually, we are allowed to drink alcohol here. I haven't seen anything that says anyway. And let me actually use the stage to launch a punchline, because we are supposed to be collaborating in the Baltics, but I don't know why we managed to put login and latitude on the same dates. Great example of collaboration. So let's hope that this next year the two can actually talk together and help the startups. But one startup from Lithuania managed to make it all the way here, and also transforming the funding, but in the peer-to-peer place, Welltrado.
My name is Thomas. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Welltrado. Welltrado benchmarks the peer-to-peer lending industry for intelligent investing. Numbers matters to us, and that's why investors trust us. Since launch in March, we already got 30,000 monthly users who invested around 3 million euros for us, and that gave us 10,000 commissions. There are 1,500 different peer-to-peer lending platforms. Most of them are not regulated. And this market will grow 30 times in the next 7 years. That's why investors get confused each time when we have to decide in which platform to invest in. The biggest problem in the market is that most of investors, we do not understand the risk of peer-to-peer lending industry. This is why we developed Welltrado. Welltrado gives credit scores for peer-to-peer lending platforms by aggregating 15 different metrics, such as rate of default, amount of late loans, or loans repaid. We match investors with peer-to-peer lending industry. Since launch in March, we already got 30,000 monthly users. We get commissions each time when investor opens an account and deposits money. We are different. We are Europe-wide. We connect the platforms from across the Europe, not just nationally, and we are intelligent. We give credit scores for peer-to-peer lending platforms. Today, we are a marketplace that connects peer-to-peer lending industry platforms with private investors. But tomorrow, we want to be a financial institution that connects private investors, business investors, institutional investors, as well as private borrowers and business borrowers. We are 5 founders. We know how to build traction from 0 to 100 million users. We have more than 25 years of experience in investment management, portfolio management, and asset management. We are looking for 300,000 euros in order to get 10 times more investors and 100,000 monthly recurring revenue. The investment will be used for business development, tech development, and marketing. Thank you for your attention. I'm Thomas, the co-founder of Welltrado. Welltrado benchmarks the peer-to-peer lending industry for intelligent investing.
In a way, you're competing for investors with lending platforms. They would like to have the investors directly because you take additional cut out of it.
Yeah,
so
but
what's their motivation to work with you?
Customer acquisition cost. We can get cheaper the investors.
Why do you get investors cheaper compared to platforms themselves?
Yeah, because we can send the investors not only once. We can work with email marketing and send them to 10 platforms. That's the key.
So these 30,000 users or customers, they sign up through Welltrado, and then you send them on to some peer-to-peer lending platform?
No, it's monthly visitors that comes to Welltrado. The solution is automated, so if you like, or according to your risk profile, you want to invest in low-risk platform, so you choose the investment button and just do all the stuff.
And the revenue that you refer to is commission revenue, one-time commission revenue, or is it some sort of recurring revenue?
It depends on the platform. It might be lifetime value as long as the investor is in peer-to-peer lending platform. So we get from 1 till 8% of investments.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. And last but not least, this guy was smiling when I saw him in Tech Shield the last time, and he keeps smiling today. So I guess things are going great. With all of you, White.
Two and a half years ago, a boy named Richards came into our office. Richards doesn't have any fingers on his right palm because he was born without them. He had seen loads of YouTube videos with 3D printed prosthetic hands, and he wanted one too. So we set out to help him, but we failed miserably. After 2 weeks of hard work, we had nothing to give him. We felt ashamed. So we started looking for solutions out there that could help us, and we didn't find any. Then throughout the case with Richards, we actually found out how globally this problem is huge, and that many more people could actually be helped by employing 3D printing. To be more exact, 70 million people will not receive the prosthetic they need if nothing changes in the current system. This is why we started White. We have created a software solution that is tailored specifically for prosthetic doctors and is very easy to use even for people who do not have 3D modeling knowledge. It works by combining a 3D scan of the patient's limb, making it and combining it with the design of the prosthetic and making a customized solution that is 3D printable. We have a clear competitive advantage because compared to other software solutions, we're easier to use and we are on average 15 times faster. This is already the third hand that Richards is wearing. This one was made with our own software in a matter of minutes instead of hours or weeks, and we will offer the same solution to prosthetic specialists around the globe. Our business model is simple, and it was derived from the feedback we got from prosthetic centers around Europe, and it is to ask 30 euros for every prosthetic that has been made with our software. The two co-founders that put together the team have been working together since 2010 and previously launched successful 3D printing business, thus adding high-level 3D printing expertise to the team. We have managed also to attract the best possible digital prosthetics specialists. But what is more, as a team we share the same value. We really want to bring everyone in need a prosthetic that is functional and beautiful. We have several achievements we are proud of. Currently, we are part of the Vertical Healthcare Accelerator in Finland. We have raised pre-seed money from Imprimatur Capital in Latvia, and we have been granted government R&D funding. But most importantly of all, 2 weeks ago, we started pilot test with the largest prosthetic clinic in Poland. To make a truly global impact, we are looking for partnerships that could help us with development and scaling of our software solution. My name is Janis, and at White, we have made customization of digital prosthetics fast and simple. Thank you very much.
It looks like you're solving a really serious problem here. But my question is, how do you know that the limbs that you are building are the right ones or they're moving in the right direction?
So we're providing the software solution directly to the prosthetic center. It's a B2B business model. So actually the prosthetic specialist is using the software. And before he makes the device that he needs, he actually makes a diagnosis to understand what the patient really requires.
What does your software enable to customize? Is it the kind of connection point between the kind of limb and the artificial part, or the whole prosthetic?
So the usual CAD process starts making prosthetic from scratch. What we do, we have a 3D design of the prosthetic sitting in our software. We integrate or import a 3D scan of the patient's limb and make a perfect fit. So we literally bend the prosthetic around the 3D scan, achieving a really nice fit that is easy to wear.
Okay, so the hand, like in general, it's standard, but then the kind of connection point is something that needs to be customized, right?
Yeah, it's literally the place around the limb that we customize. But not only that, so if let's say we have a design that is meant for a child, we could, in our software, we could also make it to work for an adult. We standardize a lot of things like connection points, pins, so that they don't actually change. But if we take a child, we can, let's say, make the prosthetic to fit his other healthy hand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so those were the 8 companies. Let's give them a big round of applause, all of them. And we will be back soon once the jury decides who is the winner. So can I ask you, gentlemen, to follow me to the room?
The final announcements of the pitch competition by Cristobal. Please, Cristobal. Thanks, man.
Thank you. So remember, when you're getting old, red hoodie, red shoes. Always works. I always love how Finnish and Estonians can tell jokes and don't smile. I have never managed to crack that shit. But anyway, it's really good. It's really good. So let me first welcome actually our team for Fukuoka to give the prize first and foremost. So guys, ladies, can I have you on stage? So we mentioned that they envision Fukuoka as the Estonia of Japan, basically where we're going to welcome actually international startups to penetrate the Japanese market. Actually, the price, getting somebody to Japan for free and spending as much as they want in Japan, almost for free. And we actually thought that the thing that could benefit the most by this experience is actually not even, was not even on a stage today, but was on a stage yesterday. Coffee Pixel. Edible coffee. Woo. Pictures? Anybody?
Congratulations. Most of you guys probably don't know where Fukuoka is. We're located in southern part of Japan. We are the 5th biggest city in basically Japan. And we are giving this award to Pixel because you came to us with a very specific product that we can actually taste, you know? And we believe that they can go big in Japan, and we like to support you, even go hit Asian market as a whole. Hope I can see you in Fukuoka pretty soon.
Well done, thank you. Can I call everybody else who is donating money on a stage, please? Hetman, TransferWise, Estonia Silicon Valley Institute, if I think I pronounced it right. Yes. So, we give it afterwards, right? Okay. So I think we actually had a very good sense of both quite aligned. In some markets, the runner-ups don't win anything. In other markets, they actually make a lot of money. But I think it's always good to know, you know, who was there. So on the 3rd place, we actually got Tebo. A big applause for them. On the 2nd place, you still can get some money. We actually got White. Yes, good. What is Tebo? Tebo. Selling IP, non-protected IP to education master. No. Come on. Okay, so in the past, woo! Tebo has improved dramatically the looks in the last 30 minutes. That's great. You know. So actually, in the past, if you were going to a conference in Riga, in Vilnius, and in Tallinn, and usually Helsinki also, and if you were not for the local country, you know you were competing for the 2nd place. because the local team will always win. So I was actually very proud that in TechShield in Riga, we got an Estonian team winning. So I guess our jury has decided that it's time to actually, in a way, continue the trend. So for the first place, Funderful. We do hope he's here. Keep applauding, keep applauding. Funderful. There were no confidence on the victory, clearly. Yes, I can take the 10,000. Where is TransferWise? Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for the 10,000. Thank you. Good, good. You see, we can take it actually for demo day in 1 hour. TransferWise. Our startups will love to get 10,000 equity free from you right away, but it will love to. Ben, yeah, here it is. Woo! Well done, mate. Yeah. Can I get all the teams on the stage? Can I get the 8 teams on the stage, please? I will give you yours.
Because TransferWise is giving the prize. Is this mic on? Awesome. Because TransferWise is giving the prize, and while we have the teams coming on the stage, can we get everyone in this hall to stand up for a second? And let's pay our respects to all the teams on the stage. So everyone raise their right hand and go, "Ow! Ow! 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 Ow!" Thank you.